Hi guys, it's Marc Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Marc Zicree of Space Command. It's an unusually cold day in Los Angeles, but Merry Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you're going to have a great, great New Year. And this may be the last Mr. Sci-Fi video of the year, we'll see, but we are headed to the year 2015. Now, I should mention that Blade Runner takes place in 2019, so we better all get very busy and start creating those artificial humans, those replicants, and building those off-world colonies, because I want to live in that future. I want that. And also, now we're all in the 21st century, which to many of us who grew up in the 20th century sounded like the future. And it's very interesting at this stage, looking forward to a new year as we're moving into the future, as we always do every day of our life, to really look at the science fiction futures we thought we'd have, the science fiction futures we were creating, the dystopias and utopias, and where we are now. And of course, it would be remiss of me not to talk about the interview, because it's been such a fascinating several weeks dealing with that, because this again is a very science fiction scenario where a foreign country ostensibly, or some other unknown mysterious band, can reach out without an army, without planes, without any physical presence, and alter in a major way a nation. And it's very interesting, because if you think about 9/11 as sort of a 20th century style of attack, where you send two big airliners into two buildings and you blow them up, that's very much something, that comes from 20th century thinking. But the 21st century, where, someone's making a movie that you disagree with, and so you can basically bring down a corporation and stop that movie, or try to. I'm glad that it's showing. I'm glad how it's shaken out, whether or not you agree or disagree with the notion of a comedy about assassinating a real world leader, which I have some qualms about. Still, it's I think that this public discourse is a very important one, and a very fascinating one. So, but it is again something that in the old days we would have seen in science fiction. I mean, a cyberspace attack. William Gibson coined the term cyberspace in his novel Neuromancer, and we're living out this new world where we're so interconnected, and the internet is so pervasive and so powerful. And whether you're in Kathmandu or Los Angeles, we're all now living in a way that was very, very different from the 20th century or the 19th century or any of the centuries before. Really, the first part of this, in some ways, was the telegraph, which reached across time and space, and then radio and television, and now the internet. And in a way, I think largely this is all a good thing, because we are interconnected, and despite hacking and all of these identity theft and so forth, now there is this notion of one world, and we can speak instantaneously to someone on the other side of the world. There is a sense of all of us being one world now in a way that you didn't have in previous years. You could I think in the old days, where you could think about the Orient or all these distant places as being so alien, I think all one has to do really is go onto the internet and really reach out. And you can be, for instance, on Space Command, I was in communication with a young woman in Kuwait who's a huge science fiction geek, but also devout Muslim. And when you start to talk to people, you see the commonality, you see the humanity. And I think that's a good thing. With all the turmoil, all the war, all the division being created, I think these wonderful modes of communication that were first perceived in science fiction and then created in the real world, are vital to all of us. And it's fascinating with Space Command now. Last night I got 2 of our edited scenes from my editor. I didn't have to go there. He didn't have to come to me. He sent them over the internet. And I'm in communication with one of our VFX guys in Spain and one of our VFX guys in Germany. And anyone anywhere in the world can reach out to me. And our investors are all over the world, Japan and the UK and so forth. And so it's a completely different way of doing things. It's a completely different way of communicating. So in a way, I often feel that we're living in a science fiction world now. And, which is one of the reasons why I'm so eager to see manned space exploration continue. I'm so glad we have people like Elon Musk now, because these are visionaries, and what I think our world needs is vision. I think science fiction has always been a visionary literature, which is why I love it so very much, because I think, we grew up with Star Trek and Star Wars, and they aren't just great fantasies, because unlike a fantasy like Tolkien, which is clearly make-believe, there's always an element of science fiction which beckons us to aspire to something different, something greater, and something that unites us as a species in the best way. So, so that's sort of it for now. I think enough of me nattering. In the next video, I'll talk about Space Command and where we are and what's going on. The Space Command fans and backers have been clamoring for me to tell stories, insider tales of Space Command, and I will do that. But for now, thank you so much for your support. I love hearing from people who are watching these little videos of mine who say, thanks so much for that, I really loved it. So like, share, spread the word. We're gaining new subscribers every day. And if there's a subject you want me to talk about relating to science fiction, I'll be happy to. And have a great, great New Year's. I hope you had a great Christmas. And I look forward to talking with you very, very soon as we continue the universe of science fiction and Mr. Sci-Fi and Space Command and all that. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.